Alright, welcome to Singularity, or How My Brain Works by Major Freak. So, the recent hobo leaks mentioned a drug that boosts the warp core scramble strength of any ship and pilot using that drug. And it got me thinking, wow, it'd kind of be nice if they reverted to passive warp core stabs. It'd be great, but of course they won't. They're too obsessed with destruction. But then I started thinking later, after I made that short video, of what if, and it just popped into my head, what if all ships had a base, a different base, a tier system of class of ships getting better resistance to warp disruption and scrambling, right? And then I started to think, okay, well, you'd obviously get rid of the Ocketer, and well, Ocketer inventions could have a better a trait that would give them a bonus. But what if, say, just for sake of argument, what if frigates had, I'll show you the official documentation. What if frigates had a base warp core strength of 0, and then say frigates and destroyers had a warp core strength of 0, and cruisers and battlecruisers had a warp core strength of 1, and battleships and say deep space transports had a warp core strength of 2. What if, say, blockade runners had a warp core strength of 1? You know, just these numbers could totally vary widely, right? You know, I'm just trying to tone it down to seem reasonable. It'd be nice if the Tech 2 warp core stab, the active one, gave you +3 instead of just +2 like the Tech 1. Let me check that. I'm sure that's like CCP is just so tone deaf and clueless, right? The only room it reads is what the nullsec blocks kiss their ass about and whine. But let's check it out. -2, and this is, I'm going to assume, -2 because they're idiots. Yep. Alright, never mind. So, that was a hopeless cause. Yeah, idiots. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice if there was a +3 for Tech 2, even a +4, thank you very much, CCP. You could have that for, say, if there was a faction one, could you have, you know, various, I mean, well, it looks like storylines, so they're typically not, you know, it'd be nice if they had faction ones that would give you more, like +3. I mean, sorry, -3. What is, or bonus to warp core strength, right? So it's difficult because you look at another, and what did it say? Yeah, warp core strength -2, but it's like, what? You know, they're warp scrambled strength of -2 is like, is that working on a different mechanic than the warp core stabilizer, or is it just marketing speak and they just have no clue, right? You never know, right? But yeah, this was last year when they made it active. It's just freaking ridiculous. But yeah, got me thinking about it. Be nice, but no. This is one of those probably difficult to convince CCP. This is a simple thing, and this is just a what if. You know, just like my recent what if ship for rot variant. You know, this is something that CCP is never looked at, and every time they've changed it, it's been for the worse for Care Bears. So we know they don't care, and this would be a hard sell to them. Not a simple, hey, duh, have you ever looked at this? You probably haven't. This is something they have looked at and have fiddled with and made it worse and worse and worse for us. So and never improved it. So it would be nice if they got their asses in gear, but they'll never do it. This is a not if. This is definitely a not if, but it would be neat. And say capital ships, they would get more. +3. So if some stupid frigate couldn't prevent it from jumping, it's the most ridiculous idea ever. It's like, how could you have a frigate, or at just one point, be able to stop something from jumping? It just seems so absolutely ridiculous. If you just think about it objectively, it's just sure, it's a spaceship game, and we're supposed to suspend our disbelief, but you got to think, wait a minute. They have been toying with the idea for almost 2 decades with warp core strength and not really looked at it in a common sense. Wait a minute, this makes no sense. Why should we cater to the 1 point crowd that want to kill things when people just want it to make sense? I mean, when you boil it down to the simplest in-game issue that people find out, by actually getting bumped and killed, is that bumping is more dangerous to fleeing a combat situation than how many warp core strength you have. If somebody gets a bump on you, you're not going to get to the gate, you're not going to be able to align, you're pretty much dead. And they're really good at bumping. They will bump you, they'll scramble you. It's very confusing in a situation because you're panicking, you've never had this situation happen before, or you don't know what's happening, or it's hard to piece together. Yeah, you think something's going to work and help you, but it's not, it backfires, all this stuff. So they've got way more experience at it than we do, because they've been killing us over and over and over, and we just have 1 or 2 experiences a month, right? So yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice if they got their ass in gear, but this is definitely a not if. It's a pipe dream, unfortunately. Sorry.